Okay, now, so it's about how plants get their food and then the sun and our energy sources. Now, in school, with these alone, they can even go into what affects photosynthesis. And then from what affects photosynthesis, they come up with experimental question. So this is based on my experience teaching in primary school. They are all related. Okay. Now, so in the syllabus, you are supposed to know this. This is the learning outcomes. State that living things need energy to carry out life processes. We did this last week. You should remember also. Okay, then recognize that the sun is our primary source of energy in terms of giving us light and heat. Then the sun is also responsible to help the plants make food. So plants make food, and then some of the food is used up by the plant, some are being eaten by animals, and then animals are eaten by other animals. So the energy passed from the sun to the plants to the animals and so on. Clear? Stan, are you following so far? Okay, good. So I'm going to ask you to recap very quickly. Those of you who were here last week and those of you who only heard from me just now, quickly recap. What is being covered so far? All right. What is being covered so far? What did I talk about so far? This is to check whether you all are listening to me or not. What is this topic on? Kanchong Widi. Okay, yes, very good. So we talk about energy, right? Not. Yeah, so this topic is on energy. All right. Yeah, so what is this thing about energy that we talked about? Wenjin. You learn energy in school, Wenjin? A little bit, okay. Yeah, so tell me what you know about energy. What do you learn in school? Yes, Bella, very good. Okay, so living things. Or shall I say energy helps living things stay alive? Yeah, correct. Yeah, energy in food. So we also learn about energy in food, right? Yes. Okay, what else did we learn about energy? Come. Let's recap. So I have heard from Bella, I have heard from Grace, I have heard from Irena. Irena, right? Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Stan, you wrote down energy. What energy? Yep, we are talking about energy. Yeah, talk a little bit more. Okay. Main source of energy is the sun. Very good, Wenjin. Is the sun. Okay, so the sun leads to something. The sun then helps plants to make food. Okay, what is this process known as? What is this process known as? The sun helps the plants to make food. Very good. Yes, so we are now into photosynthesis, right? So yes, because the light energy is required. Now, what are the factors, or sorry, what are the conditions for photosynthesis to take place? What are the conditions for photosynthesis to take place? There must be what? So, okay. We talk about light, presence of light. Very good. Grace said the wow. Oh no, wait. Wow factors don't mix up. Wow factors is for what? I have to start thinking again. Now, if you want photosynthesis to take place, the plants will need something. Yes, Jonah. Okay, so it is light, carbon dioxide, and water. Okay, so yeah, Irina said that. Very good. So these are the three things required. Okay, so what are the factors? All right, what are the factors affecting photosynthesis? Very good, Stan. That's correct. Okay, what are the factors? Okay, amount of light. Good. What's the next one? Okay, so we talk about amount of light. Yeah. So y'all see that I'm actually helping you to come up with a summary right now. You can actually also write down something similar. Okay. What else? What else affects? So now you see, light, carbon dioxide, and water are necessary, right? Correct now, for photosynthesis to take place. True? Yeah. So how will these conditions here affect photosynthesis? So we talk about amount of light that is present, correct? So the more light there is, the more photosynthesis can take place. What else will affect photosynthesis? We learned three things last week. You all still recall? We learned three things last week. Let's see. Bella wasn't here, right? Wenjin wasn't here, right? Okay. Habib, you need to turn on your camera. I know Stan not here also. So Stan, no, not amount of starch. Affect photosynthesis. Yeah. Irena, do you remember? Irena, do you remember? So last week we talked about this, okay? So factors affecting photosynthesis. Yes, very good. Amount of carbon dioxide. Okay? And the next thing is not amount of water, okay? The next thing is actually temperature. Do you still recall or not? Temperature cannot be too hot or too cold. Okay, it's going to affect the rate of photosynthesis, but the amount of light and amount of carbon dioxide, right? Okay, most of the time, usually it is like this. The more light there is, or the more carbon dioxide there is, the higher the rate of photosynthesis. Okay, now I'm going to ask you another thing. Since we are talking about photosynthesis, okay, how to measure or how do you determine rate of photosynthesis? How? How do you determine or measure the rate of photosynthesis? Can you talk to the plant? Hey, are you photosynthesizing? Hey, are you photosynthesizing a lot now? Do you think the plant will reply you? No. Then how would you actually? Amount of oxygen bubbles, very good. So this is the part you all recall, right? So yes, to measure the rate of photosynthesis, we can count the number of oxygen bubbles. Yes, so this is what we covered last week. That means you can also measure amount of oxygen given out. So Wenjin, you're right also. So Wenjin, you know all this. Very good, no? Have you done this in school already? Yeah. So some of your teachers choose to do photosynthesis last year, I know, but some do it this year. All right. So now you roughly know what we have done last week, right now. So I'm going to ask you another thing. Okay. What is that equation? Remember, photosynthesis has got one particular equation, something plus something give you something else. Okay. If you cannot recall, let me just help you over here. So in photosynthesis, okay, photosynthesis, the equation is like this. So you have carbon dioxide, okay, together with water. right? And then in the presence of light, still recall? Yeah, in the presence of light, okay, plants will then convert carbon dioxide and water into sugar, which is called food, plus something else, which is oxygen. Very good. Yes, correct. Yeah, so you must know this. Okay, you must know this, but be careful, Bella, you are short of water. Clear? Now, then questions will be asked like this. Okay, what happens to the light? All right, inside plants. Okay, so what happened inside the plant cells? Okay, what happened to that light? Light is being trapped by what? By something. There's this particular substance inside the plant cells. Good. That is called chlorophyll. Where is chlorophyll found? Chloroplast. Now, so if you all know this, right, then you must know something. Photosynthesis, okay, carries out, or should I say, plants carry out photosynthesis in the chloroplast. Here in the chloroplast. So if they were to ask, let's say questions ask you about where will photosynthesis take place, you must know that it's actually in the chloroplast. Any question here? Okay, so sugar is being made, sugar is being made by the plant. Now, there will be this time where, you know, there's a lot of sunlight in the day, so the plants carry on making a lot of food, right? Keep making sugar, keep making sugar, keep making sugar. What will happen when there is so much of this sugar? What will happen? When there's so much of this sugar, yes, Jonah, yes, correct. Excess will be stored as starch. Calista, almost there. Yeah, so the excess sugar will be stored as starch. Okay, so I can actually put another color. Excess will be all right. So yeah, we have recapped everything about photosynthesis. So we'll be looking at the questions now. And then after that, we have one question we didn't complete, right or not? Correct or not? Yeah, last week we didn't complete one question. It's about the carrot and the spinach plant. So they asked this question over here. Now, why is the carrot larger and thicker than the roots of the spinach plant? Because this carrot, this is actually a root vegetable. So something has caused this root to become so huge. Okay, so why is it that it's a lot bigger? You need to know this. Okay, so if you don't know about the carrot versus the spinach plant, you know what is a spinach or not? You have eaten before. It's a kind of vegetable. Okay, so if you Google very quickly, how will spinach look like? Of course, when you see this kind of diagram here, right now, it's all drawn like this. Okay, so if I were to quickly show you, the spinach plant looks like this. Next time I must arrow some of you to help me find. Okay, so this is the spinach plant. Can see now? These are the leaves and then is the roots here. The roots are really very few, very little. I have grown spinach in school also. I was in charge of the school garden. So we grow all kinds of vegetables, even peanuts, you know, carrot, potato, and so on. Yes, and spinach really look like this. So what is happening over here? Okay, so you must take note. Okay, excess food produced by the leaves is stored in the carrot root. What do we talk about? The excess sugar that is being formed, okay, during photosynthesis, it will be stored, right? Stored somewhere. So we didn't really discuss stored where, but we did last week. We say that it's stored in the roots, it is stored in the stem, it is stored in the leaves, okay? It's also stored in fruits, right now. But carrot is not a plant that has got fruits. So its excess sugar, excess food will all be stored in the roots. So that's how you get your carrot. Here not? Any question? Yeah. So you might be thinking, hey, I didn't learn all this in school, but questions can come out even in PSLE, okay, on this. So you have to understand excess food that is made by the plant, right? Any excess food, it can be stored in different parts of the plant.